You're tuned in to Northeast Kansas's #1 source for high school highlights, Kansas Prep Zone. And it starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Kansas Prep Zone alongside Jonathan Deutsch. I'm Chris Lilly.
After waiting and waiting and waiting, we finally got the marquee matchup of the high school state baseball postseason.
Yep, that's right. Our Academy Sports and Outdoors game of the week puts Seaman against St. Thomas Aquinas in Wichita. It's Riley Pint, the best pitcher in the state, facing Ryan Zefferjohn, the best in the Centennial League. Both guys expected to be early picks in the MLB draft. First inning, the Vikings able to get 2 base runners, but Pint settles down and throws Jackson Cobb a nasty off-speed pitch. Gets away unscathed. No scored through 2. Then in the bottom of the third, James Constantino, he rips one into right field. Seaman, they misplay it, and Dallas Mitchell, he'll score from first to put the Saints up 1-0. With the bases loaded, Zefferjohn dials up a high heater. He was hitting 95 miles per hour today. He gets out of the inning. Still down 1. Seaman with a chance to score on a pass ball of Mason Diedrich. Tries to slide, take home, score. Can't get it.
Didn't get far enough away.
Yep. Speaking of Diedrich, Seaman down 3-0 in the 7th, trying to come back. He drives in a run. He went 3 for 3 against Pint, like we said, who was going to be a top pick in the MLB draft. Not bad for him. Big day. Riley Pint and St. Thomas Aquinas, they move on with the 3-1 win. It was 2 elite pitchers who we'll be seeing at the next level, and it made this first game feel like a state championship game.
I'd say that was probably one of the championship game right there in the first round. Just unfortunate draw, so it was just fun to go out there and play against Riley and those other guys.
Pint finished the game giving up 5 hits and striking out 12 Seaman Vikings. It's safe to say the hype is real.
That's a guy that's he's gonna be a millionaire here in a couple of weeks and has a chance for a long pro career. He's a #1 guy that could make a difference for any organization, and it's just more than we were ready to handle.
One of the best in the country. We have small opportunities. We had our couple opportunities we just couldn't capitalize, and then we just facing them, they're a pretty good lineup. It's just tough. Yeah, I talked to Riley, got a picture with him. We're pretty good friends. He said loser buys dinner, so it looks like I got to buy dinner sometime after the season.
Yeah. Is he gonna pick it or?
I'll let him pick it.
Zefferjohn threw 4 strikeouts in his last game as a Viking. So what's next for the Kansas commit?
What happens with the draft, and if that doesn't happen, I'll fly out to California and play the puff caps that KU sent me out to play with.
Whatever he chooses to do, whether go to college or sign a professional contract, he's going to be a guy that has a chance down the road. So it was a great atmosphere. It was just unfortunate that it had to take place in the first round of the state tournament.
What a great matchup there. Moving over now, Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds, they came back from an 8-0 deficit yesterday, pulling off an improbable comeback to win 11-9. Could they use that same momentum, though, to reach the finals? It's a battle of heights in this one. Wichita Heights, Shawnee Heights. Lightning delay stopped the action for a bit. Shawnee Heights down 4-0, but they have 3 on-base, bases loaded.
And
here they are.
Showed every single one of them.
Falcons can't find the plate here. They walk in a run. Shawnee Heights now down just 4-1. Sounds like a little bit of a repeat yesterday. Don't count out the T-Birds.
Don't do it, I tell you.
Ever. Next batter, Dawson Pomeroy. He gets it down the line into the corner. The bases are cleared. Pomeroy ends up with a triple. The Thunderbirds tie the game at 4. Yeah, we got to celebrate a little bit, y'all.
I'd be pumped too.
Then, with the infield man on third, Andrew Gallegos with the walk-off winner from down 4-0 to winning 5-4 in the final frame. Shawnee Heights earns another comeback win. They win 5-4. They'll play the winner of Mays and St. Thomas Aquinas tomorrow.
Dog pile might have been the best part.
Yeah.
Washburn Rural had to wait an extra day to get their game in against Olathe South, but it was worth the wait for the Junior Blues. They're facing the Falcons at Hogland and Lawrence. And you know what? Their blue fit right in.
Yes, it did.
Washburn Rural's Peyton Smith singles it into right field, and that brings home Braden White from second base. He scores on a Superman dive. Sometimes you just got to go head first.
Yeah,
the Junior Blues, they take the 1-0 lead. They were pumped. Bottom third, South, they're threatening with a runner at second, but Dalton Higgins, he came up with a huge strikeout to end the inning. Let's keep it going. Bottom of the 6th, still trailing 5-0, South Brian Warcheski doubled down the right field line. That puts a runner on the board for the Falcons. But Washburn Rural, they were still up 4. The Junior Blues, they would win 5-2. They pull off the upset, and they head to the semifinals.
Heading over to 3A, Nemaha Central was the only team to play before the rain yesterday. They're 21-1, and they're 1 win away from the state finals, but they're taking on Wellsville.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, they're 19-3 on the year. Two really good teams here. First inning, Wellsville's Seth Breedhoff doubles to right field. That starts setting the table a little.
Yeah.
Then Andrew Dugan hits it into right center. That's going to bring home the runner from second. That puts the Eagles up 1-0. Nemaha Central's Austin Garrity. He pops it up. Wellsville's. It's Breedhoff once again coming in from right. Underneath it makes a nice place. Look out for the wall. Defense making plays. That is until the bottom of the 7th when Kyle Kramer gets an RBI single to give Nemaha Central the 2-1 win. They're headed to the 3A state championship game.
Comeback wins. That's a theme.
It must be. We got another one coming up later, too, don't we?
Yeah, and it's nice to see that we finally have all these baseball playoff games.
Yeah, we did. We also had softball. We had a little bit of track. We had some soccer mix in. Stick around.
Tuned in to Northeast Kansas's #1 source for high school highlights, Kansas Prep Zone.
Welcome back to Kansas Prep Zone Spring Sport Edition. Let's make that transition to softball. Well, at least the games that were able to be played today, Jonathan.
That's right, which drops us into 5A. Shawnee Heights taking on Andover. Andover just beat Bishop Carroll, who had won 77 straight.
Wow, that's impressive. The Thunderbirds looking for another win, which would put them into the state championship game. Shawnee Heights, they would take the early 2-0 lead over Andover, but Andover, who is the only team in the 5A tournament with a losing record, they wouldn't go away. They eventually take the 4-3 lead until rain and lightning had stopped the game in the top of the 7th. And this is where there's some controversy. Once the game was suspended, the score, it was reverted back to the last full inning completed, which, surprise, surprise, because of the weather, they could not start up the game again. So check this out. Shawnee Heights, they win the game, even though they were losing when it was postponed. So let's, clear it up for you. Keisha, they released a statement of clarification saying if a game ends because of weather conditions, it is a regulation game provided play has gone beyond 5 full innings and is called when the teams have not had an equal number of completed turns at bat. The score shall be the same as it was at the end of the last completed inning. So there you have it. Rules are rules.
That clears it up, I guess. Who will they be taking on, though, in the 5A state championship game? It's going to be a Centennial League showdown to see who's the best in the state. That sounds right to me. Seaman beat St. Thomas Aquinas 11-1 to advance to the state championship game. The two will play tomorrow. Seaman went 2-0 against the Lady T-Birds in the regular season. In the 6A state softball tournament, Rural started off the day with a 10-0 win over Wichita Northwest, but because of the weather, their semifinal game against Olathe East was pushed back to tomorrow at 11. The winner would play Olathe South for the state title. Oskaloosa softball was 20-2 in the regular season. After some rain, they finally got their first round game in earlier today, taking on the Lions. I ain't lying about that. The Lions. Bottom of the third. Oskaloosa with a 2-0 lead. This is Hayden Bassett, hits it to third, bounces off the glove, and Tommy Lynn Hickman scores, makes it 3-0 Lady Bears. Paige Lowe then grounds it past short. Briley and Hayden Bassett score. I'm guessing they're sisters. Yeah. The Bassett
on your
sisters.
heels.
The Bassett sisters. Makes it 5-0. Megan Miller hits it between third and short. We call that the 5.5 hole. Madison Miller comes in to score. And then Reagan Ham. You're going to need to add the cheese, add the lettuce. I'm bringing people to the plate.
Hamming it up.
The Bears get the 11-1 win as they ham it up.
In their semifinal game against Southeast of Saline, Oskaloosa, they continue to roll along. They beat the Trojans 11-1. The Bears, they head to the 3A state championship game tomorrow at 11 against Riverton. We also had a state champion crowned today. The Valley Falls softball team beat Ellenwood 11-2 to take the crown. They did it in convincing fashion, too. The Dragons, they beat their last two opponents 26-2. Look at those smiles. But it took a walk-off win in the 8th inning yesterday against Northern Heights to keep their season alive. But congratulations to them. They're our first champs crowned.
And that trophy does look good. We've done baseball. We've done softball. Now the biggest ball used today, we're moving over to a little bit of soccer. The weather in Junction City did not agree with the 6A state soccer semifinals. The Manhattan Indians will take on Shawnee Mission West tomorrow at noon. Then the Washburn Rural Junior Blues will play Blue Valley West at around 2 o'clock. Could we see another two Centennial League teams playing each other for a state championship?
I say yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, so much great action from around the state, but we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We'll have a look at the Royals highlights, see how it went down, and of course, our play of the night.
You're tuned in to Northeast Kansas's #1 source for high school highlights, Kansas Prep Zone.
Welcome back to Kansas Prep Zone. This weekend's action isn't limited to the baseball or softball diamonds. The state track meet also took off today. Today, they were able to get in some of the prelim races before lightning was stopped it, so everything was postponed immediately before the 100-meter hurdles in 3A. But through the first few events, the Shawnee Heights boys, they led the way with 32 points, and the Emporia girls, they are in first as well with 16 points. So that's going on this weekend
Centennial
as well.
League
We don't have
showing up
enough,
strong.
Not enough.
The Kansas City Royals didn't get to play last night due to rain, but they did start their series tonight at Kauffman Stadium against the White Sox. They're 2 games behind Chicago in the AL Central standings. Danny Duffy on fire early, retired the first 16 batters he faced, including 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. But things went downhill, and they went downhill fast. In the 6th, Melky Cabrera, the milkman, with the bases loaded. No doubt about it. A grand salami for the milkman. Royals now down 4-1. Next batter.
Hunched over, man.
Poor Danny.
I don't feel
Next
good.
batter, Todd Frazier. Yeah, that's his 15th, most in the American League. Back-to-back jacks for the Sox. But things will turn around in the 7th after a Whit Merrifield single. It's 5-4. Eric Hosmer, who homered earlier, just pokes it to left to bring home 2 more. Royals get the win. They take it 7-5.
They don't call him the Wizard for nothing.
No, they don't.
And that just about wraps us up for tonight's Kansas Prep Zone.
That's right, but first, here's this week's Play of the Night, brought to you by Vision Bank.
And the play of the night goes to Shawnee Heights' Andrew Gallegos. He hits the walk-off winner. They come back from being down 4-0, and now they're in that state championship game. They overcame an 8-run deficit yesterday to win. The Cardiac Kids, there you go.
They do it again. So crazy that they come back from 8-0, then they come back.
I love the dog pile was even better, maybe.
Come back from 8-0, come back from 4-0. Does that mean in the next game they're going to come back from 2-0 if the pattern holds?
Yeah.
I think it might.
There you go.
There it is.
He's quote by print. And that wraps us up for tonight's Kansas Prep Zone.
Thanks for joining us.